Welcome to BreakTheBoardSports.com. NHL Day 2 of the regular season opening up last night. Had some success. We gave out the Colorado Avalanche. That got across the finish line. We gave out the Chicago Blackhawks plus a goal and a half and the over on their team total. We had first period over half a goal parlayed there with that plus a goal and a half. That hit. Not so much luck on the Rangers, but hey, just a little preview. Saturday, Rangers at Penguins. I love these scenarios when you have the same two teams playing within a 2-day span, 2-3-day span there. Always good on a get back. So be interested what that Rangers line is Saturday. Click that like, hit subscribe. Let's hop right into it. For the NHL, we got our college football show up today. NFL breaking down that Eagles-Giants Thursday night football game is on the board. And then MLB playoffs getting ready to kick off here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and get right into this. Montreal Canadiens are visiting the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs laying $1.70 plus 145 on the comeback for the Canadiens. 81% of bets and 84% of the handle is on the Maple Leafs. 19% of bets and 16% of handle on the fellow Canadiens. No pun intended. You're over under 5.5. Huge amounts going to the over in this one. 75% of bets and 92% of the handle. So the books are definitely going to need the under here with only 25% of tickets and 8% of bets going to the under. A couple stats real quick on these teams. Obviously, these dating back to last year. Montreal finished the season 1-4 straight up, but 0-5 on the road straight up. Not a very good close to their season. But the Toronto Maple Leafs have absolutely owned the Canadiens. Canadiens 1-8 straight up their last 9 against the Maple Leafs overall. And when they're in Toronto, the Maple Leafs have won 7 straight games against the Canadiens. Now, Toronto and Montreal, when they hook up the under, there has cashed 5 of the last 6 meetings. If you go back to their matchups head-to-head last year, Toronto won 1-0 in overtime. The last one, that was in April, and then back in January, 7-3, 4-1, and then the Canadiens had the lone 1-0 win on this one. Obviously, the Maple Leafs retooling after another disappointing playoff year. Canadiens, they are on the come up, but today it would be Maple Leafs or nothing in the home opener here. Again, hockey, just, I'm a dog player. I'm a plus money player, but hockey, it becomes very, very difficult because a lot more favorites win in hockey. Laying the goal and a half. I know a lot of people say that because, hey, you can get value, but the reality of the matter is the goal and a half, I look at that as like a run and a half in baseball, almost a sucker bet when you get into that stuff. So you got to be really, really careful when looking at those. If you also date back to last year with these two teams, last 10 games, Maple Leafs closed on a 3-7 clip, whereas to where the Canadiens, they lost their last 5, but we're on a 5-game winning streak before that. As a road underdog, the Canadiens 3-7 over their last 10 outings to finish the year. So again, Maple Leafs would be the lean today in the National Hockey League over the Canadiens. Boston Bruins at the Washington Capitals, our next game on tap. Capitals laying 192, heavy price, plus 160 on the comeback for the Bruins. Now, the tickets, huge discrepancy, 72% Capitals, 28% of the tickets to the Bruins, but the money, a whole lot more closer, 54% of the handle to the Caps, 46% of the handle to the Bruins. You're over under 5.5 with 59% of tickets and 52% of the handle there on the betting splits. Going to the over, the under catching 41% of bets and 48% of the money between these two teams. Boston ended last year on a 3-13 run, just a horrible close to their season. The over, though, 5 of the last 6 cash. Now, in that 3-13 straight up over the last 16 games of last year, they also finished 2-8 on the road their last 10. Washington, obviously, we know their trouble in the playoffs. They finished 1-4 there down the stretch. But unders has been the way to go. Washington, under 5 of their last 6 games. They've cashed the under 7 straight home games. have the Capitals, and head-to-head with the Boston Bruins. 5 of the last 6 meetings have tilted to the under. In that one, when I look here, the under 5.5 minus 110, that would be my lean in this game for sure. Now, you can get into a whole bunch of different player props and stuff like that. I do think $1.94 is way too much to lay on the Capitals. If I had to pick a play here, it would definitely be the under 5.5. If you made me pick a side, I would take the dog. I just feel like the Capitals are going to take a step back this year. The Bruins, I know they were horrific, and they traded Marchand away, who went over to the Florida Panthers and won a cup. But I just think these two teams are a whole lot more closer together. To have the Bruins begin $1.60 there plus money, it would be the Bruins or nothing. But Toronto Maple Leafs money line and the under in the Capitals game would definitely be the way to go. The next one, I would find some dance partner to put with the Edmonton Oilers, and just going to type it into FanDuel here. If you take the Edmonton Oilers with another play I absolutely love tonight, but I don't want to lay $1.88, the Phoenix Mercury. You can get the Mercury in Game 3 of the WNBA Finals with the Edmonton Oilers tonight, and that gets you plus $1.20 at FanDuel. Just a really good value play there, because I really, really like the Edmonton Oilers. Right now, Edmonton, like I said, they're around minus 220 to 225. They're getting 93% of bets and 88% of the handle. They're getting all the love. The over-under 6.5. The money dead split in that one, 50-50. But I love the advantage here for the Edmonton Oilers. Calgary, they finished last year on a nice little run, 5-1 straight up to finish over their last 6 games. And they hit the over in 5 straight games. They were scoring goals. But here's the problem. Edmonton's owned them. Edmonton's won 11 of the last 14 meetings against the Flames. The under between these two teams is cashed 5 of the last 6. Connor McDavid has his new contract. I just like him and Draisaitl in this situation. Now, Edmonton started off really, really slow. That's why I wouldn't lay 220, 225, 230. I hate laying those numbers anyway. I try to stay away from that because, again, games over 500, extremely important. You got to pick winners to make money, but juice plays a heavy role in this too, right? You can be 18 games over, but be down money because you get juiced out. But I do like taking 2 heavy favorites in this case. Mercury Game 3, Edmonton Oilers on the money line at plus money, especially the way Edmonton has owned Calgary. I think that gives you a really good leg to stand on there to where you're getting plus money with 2 teams that are really good. Again, Edmonton, typically they start slow. That does concern me a little bit. But their last 10 games, when Edmonton's in the favored role, 7-3 over their last 10. And when they're a favorite at home, 8-2 over their last 10, as to where Calgary as an underdog, 4-6 over their last 10. So again, I think that's a good value play. Last game on the board tonight, LA Kings at the Las Vegas Golden Knights in this one tonight. Right now, the Knights are holding the advantage, minus 205, plus 170 on the comeback. Now, the Kings are on a back-to-back. They absolutely got steamrolled in their home opener last night against the Colorado Avalanche. Avalanche taking them there to the shed, 4-1. Right now, Golden Knights, 87% of bets, 88% of the handle. Knights, one of the favorites to lift the cup and definitely come out of the Western Conference. Only 13% of bets and 12% of the handle to the LA Kings. Now, that over-under sets at 5.5. 70% of tickets, 65% of the handle to the over. I actually like the under 5.5 here. 30% of bets and 35% of the handle to the under. Maybe you find some where you have some alternate totals there at FanDuel. They do a great job of that. DraftKings does it too. Maybe you get some alt unders with the Capitals game and with the Vegas night game. Get the unders in those. Mix in a little Phoenix Mercury money line. Mix in some Yankees. Catch our baseball show over there. Again, we put out content, college football and NFL and MLB, daily hockey. So every day a piece of content on every sport as long as there's games rocking and rolling. NBA about to start coming up. A whole lot more player prop heavy there in the association. But click that like, hit subscribe. So again, to close this one out, the Toronto Maple Leafs money line, even though it's a little high, the Edmonton Oilers Phoenix Mercury money line parlay, lean to the under in the 5.5 in the Capitals game, lean to the under in the Vegas Knights game. Again, I'm your host, RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe, check out our baseball, college football, and check out our NFL Thursday night breakdown, Eagles, Giants. God bless and happy handicapping.